We have a load of Autopilot news coming out of the weekend, news on inventory P90D discounts, and one of the very few clean looks at the Model 3 prototype interior. Here are your Tesla tidbits for August 29th, 2016. We have an embarrassment of Autopilot 2.0 news coming from Electrek to kick things off. For starters, version 8.0 of the software for the car will have new Autopilot safety features according to Electrek. The way the system works currently is largely the way it will continue to work, but with a notable exception. Quoting the article, existing functionality works as follows, quote, "When the driver failed to respond 15 seconds of visual warnings in audible tones, AutoSteer began a graceful abort procedure in which the music is muted, the vehicle begins to slow, and the driver is instructed both visually and audibly to place their hands on the wheel," end quote. The new functionality will see AutoSteer disabled until the car is parked if the car automatically disables AutoSteer. AutoSteer is expected to see numerous improvements which cause fewer alerts to be necessary. One more of these new improvements takes us even closer to door-to-door functionality, and this is the ability for the car to navigate highway interchanges. Just as you'd turn on your indicator to use the auto lane change feature, now you can do the same for the off-ramp and let the car do the rest. Rounding out this news is a rumor coming from Model 3 Owners Club forums posted by the owner of the site, that all this goodness will coincide with the first deliveries of P100D vehicles. Quote, "The new updated hardware will be present on cars once the P100D starts deliveries next month. Tesla Software 8.0 should arrive at the same time," end quote. One of Tesla's hallmarks has been that the price that you see is the price that you get when going through the buying process for a Tesla vehicle. However, Electrek reports that the launch of the P100D vehicles has seen a bit of a change to this. If you don't mind taking an inventory vehicle, there have been discounts to be had lately. Inventory cars generally carry a discount as is, roughly about $1 a mile and some percentage off per month since production. However, many buyers are reporting discounts of as much as $30,000 off the list price of the car. The most generous discounts have been seen on the P90D Ludicrous vehicles, which makes sense now that Ludicrous has been discontinued on that model of car. However, smaller discounts, depending on the vehicle you're buying, have been able to have been had, most commonly the waiver on the destination fee. Lastly tonight, Electrek gives us a gorgeous clean look at the inside of the Model 3 prototype. Shot from the back seat over the right shoulder of the driver, you get a clear look at the steering wheel, center console, and that beautiful touchscreen. Of note on the touchscreen, the speed of the car can clearly be seen in the upper left, as well as the disposition of the drivetrain. I'm of two minds on the feature. Part of me says this is proof there will be no HUD or instrument cluster in the final car, since they've included this here. However, the feature looks very unpolished and plain, so this simply could be to give drivers something to look at before the final HUD or instrument cluster is installed into the later prototypes. Of course, it could all just also be unrefined because they've not had to bother with it before, and something better will simply take its place when Model 3 launches. Either way, we've got several months still to wait for confirmation. You can find links to the full stories from today's show in the show description. If you get some value out of the show, please consider supporting the podcast at patreon.com/Tesla Tidbits. Thanks as usual to my super patron John Waltauer for his support. If you have something to buy from Amazon, please consider using the Amazon link in the show description to access the site. It'll cost you nothing extra, and they'll kick a little extra something to the show for your trouble. But if you don't want to spend anything, I have you covered there too. You can still show support for the show through positive reviews, likes, and subscriptions on services such as YouTube, iTunes, and Google Play, and by simply spreading word of the show to other Tesla lovers. If you have questions or feedback for me, you can reach me via email by messaging podcast@teslatidbits.com or on Twitter @TeslaTidbits. That's it for today. I'll see you back here again tomorrow. Until then, keep it charged and hit the road.